what I realized, and I don't know if I realized it in that moment, but what hit me was, and what I've said to couples is, we give what we most want. If we don't know our partner's love language, we instinctively give what we most want.
Right.
And so the thought of, I would want flowers, so you should want flowers, which when I think about it now, I just laugh, but that was a lesson that, my now ex taught me very concretely of although I was thinking of him, that didn't meet his needs. And he didn't say it in a snarky way or an attacking way. It was just really matter of fact. And then he gave me a solution. Because I think sometimes in relationships, in the 12 steps, they say if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem.
Right.
And I think that's sometimes the dynamic of relationships when people are like, well, you should know. I'm like, why have you said it to them? And if you have to say it one time versus 17 times, but it increases your chance of getting what you want, again, what's the return on investment? So I really appreciated that he was just really matter of fact with it. And he's like, and so I never brought him flowers home anymore. And if I brought flowers home, I knew I was bringing them home for me.
But I also love what you said there, just distilling it to one sentence, the idea, you should know. Because I think my response to that, sort of in a therapeutic context, would be, yes, perhaps. But also, you should know that he doesn't know. So now what? Although being direct makes things much easier.
Absolutely.
100%.
And I think the more that we are direct, they will know.
It's easier to listen to someone when they tell you exactly what they think. That's a fact, right? So that's the foolproof way of communication.
Be direct. Unapologetically.
And
matter of factly.
And the beautiful thing about that is if you did feel embarrassed or offended that he was like, hey, I don't want flowers anymore, and that's kind of how you learn about each other.
Yeah.
If you don't communicate with each other or listen to each other, then you don't know your partner, right? And it's funny being a therapist sitting here because all of these things seem really basic, but when you're actually in the moment,
they become challenging and then sometimes roadblocks. And I think in so many ways, I just think our interactions with people in general, we can really establish things that are healthy, just like we established healthy habits. So it's not just in couple relationships, it's, I think, in all relationships. How do we, which goes back to what we talked about before, how do we best love people?